Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something called the instant revolution. We're going to literally deconstruct a highly cinematic AI script to see exactly how it captivates an audience from the ground up.
So, how do you actually capture an AI revolution in just seconds? To really grasp how to communicate the sheer power of AI, we've got to look way beyond the surface message. We're breaking down the behind-the-scenes cinematic secrets and the psychological triggers of this script, starting right at the very beginning. Scene 1 instantly hooks you by contrasting a stressed, analog past. You know, a creator in a dim room, drowning in messy browser tabs, with a sudden glitch transition to a glowing, completely minimalist future workspace. The script knows that to capture a revolution, you first have to make the viewer physically feel the pain of the old way before handing them the cure. And this brilliantly illustrates the strategic juxtaposition used throughout the source material. It makes the absolute friction of manual labor feel visceral. We're talking muted, cool tones, frantic typing, and endless lines of code for the old way. Then, bam! It sharply contrasts that with vibrant, warm colors and this seamless wave of flowing data for the AI way. It's not just a change in tech, it is a complete shift in the emotional temperature of the entire workspace. The script reinforces this visual contrast with an incredibly powerful voiceover line, declaring that tasks that once took hours now take minutes, and that this isn't the future, this is AI. But what makes this moment truly cinematic is the audio direction. As this line drops, the sound design literally shifts from a low ambient drone and frantic keyboard clicking to a sudden digital glitch whoosh, right into a triumphant shimmer sound. They are literally designing the soundscape to make the arrival of AI feel like a total victory. Okay, now notice the rapid-fire pacing here. The source actually specifies rapid cuts through these specific, real-world transformations in tight 2-second intervals. We jump from a text waterfall to a sketch morphing into a 3D architectural render, over to automatic color grading, and finally to a holographic brain solving strategy. The script is using this relentless, driving speed to mimic the sheer velocity of AI just doing the work for you. It visually proves the claim that AI isn't just helping out anymore, it's executing.
And the crucial point here? All of this massive output is triggered by just one single click. It's the absolute ultimate reduction of friction.
This is where the stakes elevate dramatically. The script shifts the narrative from merely using standard AI tools to commanding what's known as agentic AI. These are advanced systems that think, plan, and act entirely on their own to execute multiple commands without any human input. This is a massive leap in the story we're tracking. We're no longer just speeding up manual tasks, right? We're talking about removing the human from the execution loop entirely. To really visualize this agentic power, the script paints this vivid picture of autonomous actions happening seamlessly in the background. It calls for glowing nodes in a network communicating, emails literally sending themselves automatically, and files organizing neatly into smart workflows. And the sound design here is just fascinating. The source notes call for deep, resonant synth pads and futuristic ping sounds to make these invisible digital actions feel tangible, intelligent, and highly sophisticated. You don't just use tools anymore, you command intelligence. This specific line is the absolute climax of the narrative. It perfectly reframes the audience's entire identity. Think about it. The viewer is no longer an exhausted operator just typing away at a keyboard. They're now a strategic leader. By shifting the verb from use to command, the script completely empowers the viewer. It makes the prospect of adopting AI feel like this massive personal upgrade.
Then, the script bridges these high-tech concepts directly back to reality using a classic, highly effective split screen. It proves this isn't just about the convenience of cool new tech. It's about reclaiming your lost hours and unlocking true freedom. By contrasting a burned-out freelancer trapped at a desk with an empowered creator relaxing on a sunny balcony, the script visualizes the real emotional payoff. It specifically calls for holographic growth charts and digital currency icons rising in the background of the relaxed freelancer, which directly ties the use of AI to increased income and a dramatically better quality of life.
Now, to pull off this highly motivating, hybrid cinematic tone, the source material requires some highly specific production rules that actively manipulate viewer emotion and pacing. The editing? It has to be relentless, cuts every 2 to 4 seconds to maintain a high-energy pulse. The transitions aren't just simple cuts either. They use glitches, zoom-ins, and luma fades to literally force the viewer's attention. And the music follows this deliberate emotional arc, building from a mysterious low pulse into heavy drums and soaring synths. Every single technical choice is meticulously engineered to make you feel the unstoppable momentum of the AI revolution.
And it's not just the footage. Even the on-screen text is engineered for maximum retention. The production notes don't leave subtitles as an afterthought. No, they require bold, sans-serif fonts like Montserrat or Bibis Nu with glowing outlines. But more importantly, they strategically highlight key words in contrasting colors like cyan or gold. By targeting words like seconds, revolution, and lead, the script ensures that even if you're watching with the sound completely muted, the narrative's most critical, emotional themes still visually pop and stay lodged in your memory. Bringing it home, the script finishes strong with an outro sequence totally designed to leave a mark. It calls for high-quality, 3D glowing text declaring, "The future is here," paired with a cinematic subscribe button animation that features these cool light-trailing effects. The sound design follows suit with a final musical crescendo that drops right into a soft, lingering synth echo. Just pause and think about that for a second. That's not just an ending, it is a calculated, lingering impact, ensuring the adrenaline and the core message stay with the audience long after the screen goes dark.
Which brings us to the ultimate takeaway of this script's brilliant design. It shows us that tomorrow is actually functioning today. The tools are here, and the autonomous agents are literally waiting for your direction. So, we have to ask ourselves, looking at this visual roadmap of the instant revolution, how will you start commanding intelligence in your own life? Will you be the exhausted operator on the left side of the split screen or the leader on the balcony? The choice, as the script makes perfectly clear, is entirely yours.